Hi everyone. In your research, if you do decide to combine the quantitative methodology with a qualitative methodology, you will need to provide the justification for doing so. Researchers often struggle with providing the correct justification for using the methodology. The examiners, the reviewers, even your supervisors would like to know from you why you chose a certain methodology to collect and analyze data. Is it providing you the answer that you require to your research question? In that regard, today I will provide you with some of the justification that you can use in your research to combine quantitative with qualitative research. Let's start with the first justification that you can use, and the most obvious one and the most popular one that students often use is the triangulation. Right? What is triangulation? Well, it refers to the traditional view that quantitative and qualitative research may be combined to triangulate findings in order that they may be mutually corroborated. This is the triangle. But what does that mean? That means if you think about it from a navigation point of view, what is triangulation? So often what we do is in navigation we use three position lines from three systems. It could be the GPS as well, and wherever they intersect gives us the position. Right? That is called triangulation. So three different position lines but intersecting at the same point. Similarly, the triangulation uses the quantitative and qualitative research methods, that could be surveys, interviews, focus groups, and what the researcher tries to show is all three or all the methodology pointed to the same conclusion. The second justification that you may use is known as the offset. This refers to the suggestion that research methods associated with both quantitative and qualitative research have their own strengths and their own weaknesses, so that combining them both will allow the researcher to offset the weaknesses to draw on the strengths of both. Justification number 3 is completeness. You probably understood it already by the word itself. Completeness refers to the notion that researcher can bring together a more comprehensive account of the area of inquiry in which he or she is interested if both quantitative and qualitative research is employed. So you are making it more comprehensive, providing a more complete holistic picture. Alright, this is one justification you can use. The next justification, number 4, is the process. What does this refer to? Well, quantitative research provides an account of structures in social life, but qualitative research provides sense of purpose. So if I go by quantitative, it will provide a account of structure, whereas qualitative will provide a sense of process. Number 5, different research questions. This is the argument that quantitative and qualitative research can each answer different research questions, but this item was coded only if authors explicitly stated that they were doing so. So you have to explicitly state which research question will be answered by qualitative and which research should be answered by quantitative. However, the justification should be sound as to why you are using a particular methodology to answer a particular research question, why it can't be answered by the same methodology. Number 6 is explanation. What is explanation referring to? One is used to help explain findings generated by the other. So you initially might use a quantitative research survey, maybe based on a Likert scale, just providing you with a numerical data, and then to explain it further, you employ the qualitative method to explore further, like focus groups from the same participants who filled the survey. This is also commonly used. Number 7 is the unexpected results. The justification that you may use is unexpected results. This refers to the suggestion that quantitative and qualitative research can be fruitfully combined when one generates surprising results that can only be understood by employing the other. So one generates results that can only be explained by other. All right, this is the 7th justification. Justification number 8, instrument development. All right, so this is your justification number 8 is instrument development. What does this refer to? It refers to the context in which qualitative research is employed to develop the questionnaire, all right, and scale items. All right, so this is for qualitative research. So you are developing the context in which you are developing the questionnaire scale items, for example, so that better wording or more comprehensive closed answers can be generated. All right, so more comprehensive and closed answers can be generated, otherwise the research participants can go off on a tangent and start saying something in which you are completely not interested in. Justification number 9, sampling. It refers to situations in which one approach is used to facilitate the sampling of respondents or cases. All right, so you may initially start, again I give the same example, you may distribute a survey to many people, right? However, from that survey you realize that only a selected few can now be called for a interview or a focus group, and they will provide the answers that you are looking for to help answer your research question. Justification number 10, credibility. What is credibility referring to? It refers to suggestions that employing both approaches will enhance the integrity of findings. What does that mean? That means it will help address the biases that might have creeped into the research. Number 11, context. It refers to cases in which the combination is rationalized in terms of qualitative research providing contextual understanding coupled with either generalizable, externally valid findings or broad relationships among variables uncovered through a survey. Alright, so I repeat myself, it refers to the cases in which the combination is rationalized in terms of qualitative research. The qualitative research provides contextual understanding. Alright, qualitative research provides contextual understanding. So your qualitative research will be carried out under a certain context, in a certain setting of participants. So that could be nurses in a hospital, that could be students in a school, and that provides you with the initial understanding of the contextual understanding, and then you use quantitative methodology to externally validate your findings or broaden the relationship among the variables that you have uncovered during qualitative research. Alright, so you are expanding on it. Number 12, illustration. Alright, illustration refers to the use of qualitative data to illustrate quantitative findings. It often refers to as putting the meat on the bones of a dry quantitative findings. So what do you use? You have found quantitative findings, which could be numbers, right? Or data which could be boring, and then you use graphical or qualitative data to illustrate. All right, so illustrated to make it look more interesting. illustrated by qualitative. All right, to make it look more interesting, more appealing, more understandable, easily interpretable. All right, now let's go to the next one. Is 13th justification is utility. What is utility referring to? Improving the usefulness of findings. All right, it refers to a suggestion which is more likely to be prominent among articles with an applied focus that suggests that combining the two approaches will be more useful to practitioners and others. So it enhances the usefulness of findings. All right, so if you combine the two, that is when the findings will become more useful in the area where you want to create that impact, or to further practitioners, or to people who want to work or take your work forward. Number 14 is confirm or discover. Again, this entails using the qualitative data to do what? To generate hypothesis, right? And using quantitative research to do what? To test them within a single project. Justification number 15, diversity of views, which is quite important if you think about it. Includes two slightly different rationale. All right, this shows how much understanding you have of the topic as well. Namely, combining researchers and participants' perspectives through the quantitative and qualitative research respectively, and uncovering relationship between variables through quantitative research, while also revealing meanings among research participants through qualitative research. So use quantitative to uncover the variables of your research. What are the variables? Independent, dependent. You uncover them, right? And then you reveal the meanings. What does each mean? Is through qualitative research. All right. Number 16. What is number 16? Number 16 is enhancement or building on quantitative or qualitative findings. All right. So this will entail a reference to making more of or augmenting either quantitative or qualitative findings by gathering data using a qualitative or a quantitative research approach. So you are building on it. So you are building on one. You have used one to gather some findings, and then you are enhancing it, or you are building on it to solidify your position. So you can say solidify the researcher's position or theoretical claims, right? You are building on it. So used to build on findings, add to it, contribute more. All right, so I have given you 16 ways you can justify why you used both quantitative and qualitative research methodology in your research, because the examiners would like to know why you could not just use one, or what was the advantage of using both. If they don't see any advantage, if you can't provide a justification, they will frown on it, and they will think that you do not have a thorough knowledge of the methodology and what it entails. Thank you for watching the video, guys, and let me know what topic you would like me to cover next. Bye for now.